little minor update video today for those of you out there who may be curious about the Tesla Model Y, how it compares to the Model 3. They made some small changes to their website, and I enjoy covering any and all changes they make over there so that all potential Tesla buyers out there, whether you own one already or you're about to buy one, know what your options are. Here's what they did. Essentially, they made the Model Y section of the website all in line now with the rest of the cars they've been selling. So, for a long time, the Model Y was quite outdated on their site, as between the Model S and the X and the 3, they have now switched over to the multi-coat pearl white option being the default, the color that's included. For some reason, the Model Y hadn't been updated, now it is. The pearl white option is now by default, and you'll also notice a lower starting price than was before. Now, for the rear-wheel drive long-range option, standard range option is still not available to order for the Model Y. They're going to start production next year, and those early production models are going to be all performance and long-range options. But for now, the cheapest Model Y you can get starts at $48,000 for the, again, rear-wheel drive long-range model. There's also a long-range model that's dual-wheel drive, but ironically, that one, despite it being called long-range, has a worser range than the rear-wheel drive, which has a range of 300 miles. The long-range all-wheel drive, which is going to give you faster 0 to 60 times and just overall more powerful experience when you're driving the car, that has a range of 280. But also a funny fact you'll notice on the site is that the long-range Tesla Model 3 is basically the same price as the long-range Model Y. This caught my eye given these cars supposedly offer somewhat different experiences. Despite them looking very similar, the Model Y sits much higher and it's a hatchback. In fact, I even did a video a while back on why some have argued, I think very reasonably, that the Model Y could have just been called the Model 3 hatchback because of how similar these cars are. But yeah, if you're torn between the Model 3 and the Model Y, it appears that with very similar performance, you can get either long-range model for about the same price. The Model 3 is literally like $10 cheaper at $47,990 versus just $48,000, basically the exact same price. But of course, with that Model Y option, if you're willing to wait for it, you're gonna get a car that sits a lot higher. Yes, the range is a little bit worse on the Model 3 long range. You get 310 miles, plus it's the all-wheel drive, which means that, of course, it's going to have a faster 0 to 60 time, but you're going to have that hatchback on the Model Y, which is far more convenient for a lot of people, laying the seats down in the back and fitting more things on the inside. If you were hoping for the advantage of the 7-seater with the Model Y, that's not entering production until much later. And if you're wondering why they're being so hesitant with which models go into production, keep in mind they did a very similar thing with the Model 3. It kind of starts out with just a few of the models, and then as time goes on, they expand the production lines to include the more affordable options and to include the higher end options like the 7-seat option. The Model Y will be getting that eventually, but at launch it will not be available. But yeah, pretty impressive that we're going to have two different Tesla models now with a difference of only 10 miles in range, and their price points are basically the exact same thing. You can get SUV versus sedan. Even though both are going to sit the same number of people, the Model Y is going to have way more cargo space both in the front and in the back, especially if you're one of those people that likes to lay down the back seats, maybe lay a mattress down there for road trips and stuff like that. Model 3 is going to make that more inconvenient given it's not a hatchback, but kind of cool that they're giving people multiple options within the same price range, because originally when they launched the Model Y, it was supposed to be a bit more expensive than the Model 3 and have a lot worse range, whereas this is like pretty neck and neck. It's a little bit worse, but not by much. So if you're holding out for a Model Y and you want to wait till that's available, finally they've updated the site so you can get a better idea of what they're including. Also, they finally include autopilot now with all the Model Y purchases. Before, for some reason, the Model Y did not include autopilot by default like the rest of the Tesla lineup did, and full self-driving is still set to $6,000 before or after delivery. Elon said in a tweet that it would be raising to $7,000 on August 16th, but August 16th came and went, and the price didn't go up. He later said on Twitter that they delayed that price increase because they want to wait till Smart Summon is fully ready, which could be another 4 to 8 weeks, which in Elon timeline means probably 12 weeks, and I can't help but have that feeling that Elon just kind of wanted more people to buy full self-driving, so he told them it was going to get more expensive, so a bunch of people probably bought it at $6,000 in anticipation that it would be going up, but in reality it didn't go up, so that they can still keep it at $6,000 and be more obtainable for more people, because obviously the more they raise the price of full self-driving, the more hard it becomes to obtain, and definitely a lot of people aren't interested in buying it when the code isn't ready yet. You know, they don't want to buy something that they don't have a guarantee of being ready for in the next couple of years. Tesla Tesla's an amazing company and they've done some amazing things, but at the same time, you can't help but wonder how much trickery and how much unintentional / intentional price hiking and price changes go on behind the scenes. But anywho, it's still good because it just means that people have more time to buy full self-driving at a lower price point. The Model Y is finally up to date with the rest of the lineup, so everything's more consistent. And I also think it's great that the Model Y and Model 3 long-range options are very similar in performance, and also all the Model Ys you can order right now include premium interior. So on the Model 3, if you go with Standard Range Plus, you get partial premium interior where they take out a bunch of things to annoy you. Right now, that's not on any of the Model Ys. All the ones you can order right now include the premium connectivity features. If you're curious what the difference is between the premium interior and partial premium interior, I went all in depth with that on my Standard Range Plus versus Long Range Model 3 video. So feel free to check that out if you're unsure. And thank you, Tesla, for finally updating the Model Y website. If you have any more questions or you want to talk more about it, feel free to hit me up over on Twitter or join our Discord. This is your Tesla Sheep here. I'll see you guys in the next one.